sometimes I hate these, not hate podcasts, but I hate the way how stiff they can be at the start. So I like just naturally just fucking,
like
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like just going into the flow of things and
mid-conversation.
Yeah, I was going to ask something about the comedy thing then. Fuck, my mind goes blank. Does that ever happen to you?
Mind go blank? Yeah.
Ever happen like mid-set?
Yeah. You burnt out.
I'm burnt out? Do you reckon?
I didn't know what it was. I had to get a fucking therapist to explain it to me.
I'm going to see my therapist on Tuesday.
Tell him you burnt out. If you put you in an MRI now, your fucking frontal lobes mash potatoes, mate.
You reckon?
It's fucking mash.
But how do you sort it?
Stop working so hard and sleep properly. You're not dealing with your cortisol properly. So I haven't figured out how to deal with it.
I was literally my next question. What's the answer? So for any context, we were talking about what was we talking about? To see me brain's mash.
Ryan was saying he's explaining some things, and I'm explaining that he's burnt out, which is a weird thing that you don't think is a real thing until you hit it.
No, do you get anxiety?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Sometimes.
This is the past few weeks for me, and I didn't actually want to speak about this, but it's just naturally.
But you're not anxious about nothing, are you?
I'm not anxious about nothing.
Your nervous system's fucked. You're burnt out.
I feel like I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah, I go through it a couple of times a year.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the pressure of. It's nothing.
It's you're burnt out. All your nervous system's fucked. It's overloaded, so it can't deal with things properly.
But how are you back to normal? I feel like I have this once a year. You just have to slow
down a little bit. There are coping mechanisms. You're probably not sleeping very well. That'll fucking not help at all, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's mad. Sometimes I sleep and I feel like I'm having mad dreams.
Yeah.
Like listen to the
violent dreams. I have dead violent dreams, mate.
Do you?
Horrible violent dreams.
Like something you can speak about or not?
Just not like random shit.
Can you remember the last one?
Fucking, like last night I had a dream that fucking me and a mate of mine, Carl, you know, have you watched Have a Word?
Yeah, Sensei Carl.
Yeah, Sensei Carl. I had a dream that Sensei Carl robbed my car. And I had to get to a gig and I was fucking fuming.
That's getting my heart going now.
We were having murder over the phone. And I was like, why have you done this? Because he's fucking dead sound. I was like, so out of character. And he was being a cunt as well. Like, he was being a proper prick to me on the phone. And I woke up fuming with Carl. I was like, I haven't seen Carl in about 3 months. And then he rang him going, why are you being a prick, lad? Yeah, I have mad dreams.
And did the dream end like that?
Yeah.
My dream this morning was we were in the GTA map. My brother was chasing us around the map and kept killing us. But I was with one of my best mates. And I couldn't get away from him.
Yeah.
Every time I spawned, he'd kill us. And we just kept running and running. And it was a constant cycle.
Well, that's a common one, isn't it? The running, not being able to get away from shit.
Is that... Yeah. See, I haven't processed it. It's mad that it's coming out now because I haven't processed none of it. Is that a constant... Like, is that a normal... Like, I felt like...
It's very normal, yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Normal. It's normal in what you're doing, which is unusual.
Have you ever seen that movie where they die and then they start over again in the exact same spot and they've got to relive it until they solve it?
Yeah.
That was the dream.
Yeah. Like respawning.
It was horrible. I woke up and then I've got to crack on with my day and be...
You spent too much time on Twitch, that's what it is.
No, I don't know what it is, honestly. And there's nothing wrong with me. I don't want people like, Stillryan going through... But like, I'm just experiencing stuff. The more I go through life, the more I achieve, the more I go up. And just new stuff. It's weird.
Yeah. Stuff that... Because you start, like, it's weird. It's natural to put your happiness on things and it's set goals. But then once you hit those goals, it can be quite deflating.
Well, the past 4 years, I feel like I've hit my goals. And then...
And how old are you?
22.
Exactly. And then you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
And then I don't know what other goals to set because I'm like...
Exactly, yeah. I know, I'm the same.
Like, what's your life like for goals now? Have you got goals?
No, my goals were about fucking 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just getting up and just doing it. I don't know where the fuck I'm going now.
Does that scare you though?
No, it did. Not so much anymore. It's not. It's again. I think it comes from being like, if you did your core values, I think it comes from being like a kind of legacy driven person. If you've really written down what meant it, and it's I kind of explored this about myself, and I feel like money and all that it's nice, and I'm not going to say it's not. I'd rather have money than not have money any day of the week. But like, if I had to like pick one thing that I was really found most important, it would be legacy, like having achieved something with my life.
What is that something in Paul Smith's eyes though?
I think that's just what I've done. Just having I've done something special, made an impact, made people happier. Do you know what I mean? Left the world a slightly better place than it was when I came into it. I make a lot of people happy, and I think that's quite important to me.
Do you think you've done it, or do you think you're in the middle of doing it?
I think I've done it. That's the thing. Or I think consistently I do it. And the weird thing about the world is now I could stop and I'd carry on because all my stuff's there and will continue to be there.
Oh, you've got so much material.
So
like
much
just
stuff
get clipped
there
up.
that people will just continue to watch over and over again. So I could, it's one of them, you go, you're kind of superfluous, you just step away now. AI, you'll probably be doing it by next year.
I'm thinking about that. Like, I'm thinking about the AI Paul Smith and how it looks. And
I'm terrified of that, mate. It's going to happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's got to, well, because one, I'm terrified. It can make you say whatever it wants to say.
I've been seeing these new ones on TikTok of like medieval. Someone's walking around with a mic and interviewing the medieval people.
It's mad.
I'm like, what are you doing taking my job, you little muppet? It's my job interviewing.
Have you seen that one where they're like, it's like a full car show?
No.
There's like a video of a full, none of it's real. Literally zero, none of it's real. Someone's just gone, AI, make me a promo video for a car show. And it's just loads of people getting interviewed at a full car expo. Just mad random people getting interviewed. And it looks legit.
Do you not think in life though, it'll go full circle to where we want human interaction again?
Yeah, well, I think that's, yeah. I don't think we've ever not wanted that, but I think human interaction's hard as well, isn't it though?
Yeah, Gary Vee says people in 10, 15 years will pay for a hug and pay for a walk.
You'll be fucking flying, don't you? Absolutely flying. Sitting on your little deck chair and
Lads,
45 grand a hug.
I will have my arms open. Someone will call me the hug scuzzer of Crocky and I just have my arms open. Nah, I do love giving hugs. I don't think, you know what? I haven't laughed in ages, and that's just that was a core moment of just laughing. Do you feel like you're doing what you said there?
Yeah.
That was good, that.
I'm very good at that.
I want to know, as we're laughing, you're always making other people laugh, but who makes you laugh?
My wife. My kids make me laugh. My little boy makes me laugh all the time. He's a smart ass.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. He has me off all the time. He's funny. Yeah. And it's weird because, like, I was talking about this yesterday. It's like a tough thing that you'll probably be going through as well. And I heard someone say about, fucking hell, this name's escaped. The poor kid who died from One Direction?
Oh, I don't want to get it wrong.
Liam. Was it Liam?
It was in a, Dylan's going to get it up. I don't want to get the name wrong. I know what you're on about. Was it named?
Well, anyway, the poor kid who died anyway.
Liam Payne.
Yeah, that obviously
I was going to say Liam Nolan.
I had to forget Payne. He was saying he was struggling with the fact that he started drinking a lot, which I've kind of struggled with a little bit before. Because you're doing these big things, or you're having all this attention, you're going out into the world doing all these mad things, and then you just snap back to like reality or on your own in a hotel, and that kind of juxtaposition of those two things, all that attention to zero attention, is so jarring to your nervous system and your mentality that you kind of people do tend to turn to drink or drugs and stuff like that to kind of cope. And I found that like the good thing for me is like I have like half a week where I'm this comedian who goes out there, and then half my week I get dragged back down to earth because I'm just a dad with my kids, and I'm on my own with the kids half the time, and it's just me being a dad, and it's just like a normal life. And most of the time, even though it doesn't matter, like at the level of fame I am, maybe if you're fucking Tom Cruise or Justin Bieber, it's a bit different, but like I can walk around the streets and be like, people will go wave at me and go, "Oh, funny guy you," and be nice to me, do you know what I mean? But no one really bothers me, and that's I'm at quite a nice level of fame there. Most of my life is just normal, and yours will be the same now. I think like it's just, yeah, like doesn't like people go, "Oh, what's it like being famous?" It's like it's different about 3 hours a week.
Different levels though, innit?
Yeah, it is different. I'd say if you're Justin Bieber and you can't go out without people.
I seen a video of him the other day walking down the street, lad, and he was just getting popped questions at him 24/7.
It's horrible.
But like where you're nice going, that's that.
Nah, I don't know, because like John Bishop doesn't get. I've been out with John Bishop. He doesn't get chased down the street. Do you know what I mean? I
think it's also how you approach online, though. I think if you're a knobhead online, you're gonna get harassed more. But I think if you're respectful and you do your part in the world, which you're doing, people are like, "Oh, he's out with Laurie, I'll let him be. Oh, he's out with his son. You know what? You know what I mean?" And I always believe like how you act in the public and in the public eye is how you'll be treated when they see you one-on-one. Yeah,
I suppose so. Yeah,
you know, because there's a lot of tits out there who get treated differently when they get seen on the street.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that switch, going from the high to the lows.
Yeah.
Do you cope with that, or are you still trying to find a way to cope with that? Because you do that a lot. Like, you just were on tour in Australia, you're still on tour, you're doing all these amazing shows, you're getting so much dopamine, and then you go home.
Yeah. It is hard. I didn't understand what it was for a long time, and then I felt guilty and I beat myself up about it because I was like, I didn't want to speak to anyone about it because in my head I was like, I was doing these big shows and I'd be depressed for like 2 days. I'd cry and stuff, like on my own, and I'd be like, what the fuck am I? What have I got to be? I've got a life people dream of here, and I can't go. It just sounds like you're going, oh, fucking hell, I'm getting loads of money for doing something I love, and I feel sad about it, and it's just, but it's a physical thing. It's not really like as I said, it talking to you about burnout and stuff, until I started understanding what it actually is. And as you say, the dopamine flushing and the cortisol and all the adrenaline spikes and stuff that you're going through. Because like pushing yourself out there, even like public speaking or anything like that, it does cause the same kind of adrenaline spike as fighting. So and you're holding yourself in it. You shouldn't really hold yourself in that kind of state for a long time. And you just train yourself to do that over time. But then it's not good for you.
No, it's not.
It's really not good for you.
It's not, and do you ever learn how to solve it? I don't think it's solvable.
It's not
I think
solvable,
it's more manageable.
Your body can't do it. Your body's not supposed to do it. You can, once you understand it, you learn coping mechanisms. Like, I'm trying to incorporate, I'm good at exercise, is always good, and I'm kind of good at keeping into an exercise routine, but then things I need to really focus on, and I've spoken to a good few people about this, and people have tried to tell me, like Mark, you're quite close with it, like doing breath work, and it's just, I always feel quite silly.
You ever done
breath work. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of breath work, and I'm trying to stay on that a bit more, because it does definitely help regulate your nervous system.
It really does. I done breath work the first ever time, cried my eyes out.
Oh mate, I did it. I went to a wake when Mark had it, and did Kundalini yoga. Wept for about 45 minutes. But in a room was like I loved it there though, because it's like you go in and it's people like, you know, like dressed in trackies and stuff like that. It's not like there was some like hippie-ish type of people, but like it's just a load of fucking scally looking lads dressed in, and it just go
mad dog.
And I just started crying, and people were like wailing, and then I was like, "Wow, this is mad." And it was just like, let yourself go, let yourself go. And I felt fucking incredible.
So I did breath work with everyone. I did it with Joff was the main person, then Paul. You know Paul Garrigan.
I'm terrible with names.
But anyway, Joff, he basically works with Simo.
in
Apex, and I did breath work with him. I did it, went to classes, and man, I got the vibration of release I got from it was insane, and I haven't done it for a good year or so now.
This is the thing, you do it and you go, that's brilliant, and then why don't you carry on doing it? I'm the same.
I don't know if you need it certain times in your life. Like, I need breath work now more than I ever did.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if you go back to it. I don't know if it's something you need every month. So I'd be like flow with water, Bruce Lee, mate. I did breath work every week. I'd turn into a lamp if I wanted to and just stand there and hold it for 6 hours. Like, I feel like that's how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
So I don't need that every month.
I think I need it. I need a little bit of it every
but you're
day.
active.
Yeah. I need it every day, I think, and I just don't. And I need that. I need a little bit of meditation.
I want to start yoga.
I've done a little bit of yoga over time. I jumped in with Simo, and so Simo was like annoyingly good at it, isn't he?
He's like,
people he's on one hand and his body's like that. You're like, oh, come on.
You're sweating, pulling your hamstring up like that, and you look up and Simo's balancing on his finger.
Yeah,
like,
with a kettlebell that's heavier than you in his other hand.
60 kg. I'm like, that's my body weight.
He's mad.
What are you doing balancing that on your finger?
But that's the thing. Look at him. How chilled he is.
Yeah.
This chill guy. Look at Scano, how chilled they are. Do breath work every day.
Craft, innit?
Just like, they're just walking. They just got this aura about them where they're just like zen. Nothing gets to them. He could scream in Scano's face, and we could absolutely snap you in half. And he'd just be like, okay, mate, yeah. Why are you feeling like that?
Yeah.
You'd start crying or something.
Or you'd say like, just do it again. Do that again.
Yeah.
And it's so, you're so right. It's so nice. I'm so grateful for your coming, because you're such a busy man.
Nah, you're all right, mate.
You're such a busy man.
Yeah, nah, it's good. I like what you do. I like all you make me smile. You make me smile, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
Someone said to me the other day, like, a few weeks ago, someone of the team was like, you need a goal, or you make a goal of like make 1 million people smile. I'm just like,
You've easy done that already.
But I'm just like, that goal thing, it's a weird relationship, I think.
Yeah.
Like you set a goal, you achieve it, and then you feel like crap for 6 months. So it's like, is there a point of setting goals?
Yeah, there is. Because you can't not. Because then you feel crap all the time. Because what you got to realise is it's not the goal, it's
the journey to
the
it.
journey to the goal, isn't it?
It's so true. What's life like now, Pabs?
Good, yeah. As I say, it's the same thing. It's just the journey to the goal. I'm just doing tours. I've got I've got my first acting job tomorrow, which I'm quite excited about.
Acting?
Yeah.
What?
I'm playing a drug dealer in a film for Dapper Laughs.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Go ahead, practice with me now.
I can't. I'm not into it. I need to be topless.
Do you have to get into your zone?
I've never done it, so I don't know. I had to do like a self-tape for it. He's a mad, unhinged gay drug dealer. So I'm like, okay, that's how do I get into the?
How are you going to get into that rhythm?
I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, won't we?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that
I think you've just got to be wired. I think I'm just going to play it wired, like Gary Oldman in True Romance. Just kind of.
I honestly think you've got to do breath work before it.
Yeah,
so you can switch
I was actually
into
thinking that, just like proper, like fire breath, just like.
Like forget Paul Smith, the comedian, and just completely go in as Paul.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, man.
Ross's name is.
That's so interesting.
I don't know if it'll be announced by the time.
This will be weeks anyway. But that's so interesting. You're going into acting. Do you feel like in comedy you ever get to a stage where you feel like you completed it?
Well, I mean, no, because I think I can get better at it, and I think that's I love doing comedy. I don't think I'd ever stop, and I think every year my shows get better, which is kind of nice to see progress.
How?
I'm just getting better at. The stories get better. I'm getting better. Like, I'm getting better at working material and making things. It's a really in-depth, like, kind of conversation about how comedy works. But I'm just getting better at structuring comedy, and I'm getting better at doing, because I'm known for crowd work. As I made the shift up to those bigger rooms, I can always remember getting a review from your first ever arena show. I remember walking on this arena stage, and obviously I have to do a bit of crowd work.
Yeah,
but I wasn't doing it. I mean, it got laughs, but like it wasn't like I was doing hot water. I can have about 5 people bouncing off each other in hot water, and I'm very good at it.
Nice close quarters.
Yeah, because I'm comfortable there. Do you know what I mean? But like, you take that comfort out, because most of comedy is just being comfortable. Because all comedy is a conversation. So, and we're having a conversation now because we're comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
But if someone come in now and made you dead nervous, you wouldn't be speaking as. So I'm walking onto the stage.
I probably do a bit of crowd work and say, "Get out, you know, bed."
Yeah. So I walk on the stage, and I'm like, fucking, like, I'm just thinking, all in my head is just, don't fuck this up. Do not fuck this
and
up.
Did you mess it up?
No, I didn't mess it up, but I didn't enjoy it either. So I'm speaking to people going, oh yeah, that's good. Joke, as soon as I got a laugh, move on. Wasn't I wasn't sinking into it. I wasn't getting into the depths of it.
You wanted to get it done.
Yeah, and someone reviewed me saying, oh, it was very simple crowd work, and I felt like, oh, you fucking jump up and do the first time you play.
It's so hard though, isn't it? It's so hard, because I'm not saying you're a one-man band, like everyone comes to see you, but they do at the end of the day. And you know, it's not like a music band where it's like the drummer was shy or the sing. It's just you.
I'm getting a lot more settled there now. Like, I've done loads of stuff. Like, I've been on those arena stages where everything's gone wrong, and I haven't crumbled. It hasn't killed me. I haven't crumbled, and I'm like, now I was saying this to Craig yesterday. I said, he said you get nervous. I said, I've come to understand excitement and nervous is exactly the same feeling.
Scan said it to me.
You just add doubt to it. Yeah.
The same emotion and
exactly
the same feeling.
It's just
how you frame it.
It's just how you frame it. If you have any doubt in your head, it's nervousness. If you don't have doubt, it's excitement. If you know you can do well, and I know I can deal with it. So yeah, that's how I feel like I'm getting better and improving.
It's cool listening to that for a man so high on the pyramids, because you are. Like, I know you might not like speaking about yourself like that, but you know, you've got to. I as a 22-year-old, I always get told I'm ahead of my time in terms of like my head and what I speak about.
You definitely are.
But I understand that, like, we're not always going to be here. So it's important to be grateful. Like, I journaled today before this, and I wrote in my journal, like, I watched the Joe Rogan podcast, and the guest says, like, social media to go on a feeling happy and come off a feeling negative.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. I was like, I feel like I'm going through that at the moment.
How do you feel about that? Like, this is a weird, like, no, because you are quite an interesting person to talk to, because you're like kind of, I struggle with this a little bit. A little bit of guilt, actually, because I find that I don't really like going on. I've actually put a thing on my phone so I cannot scroll on Instagram anymore.
You got like the locked app
The
where it
locked
locked,
app, yeah. So like I only get 5. I can unlock it for 5 minutes a day, 3 times a day, which gives me just enough time to post something or share a post or answer a message or whatever. And then I have to come off it. I can't scroll, and it's just made me life loads better. And I'm like, I feel like going, everyone needs to do that. But then if everyone does that, I'm a bit fucked.
So that's your question. It's like,
Yeah.
I always say to people, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because I'm like, I kind of against social media a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm also, it's my job.
Yeah.
And that's why I try and do the best I can by people.
Mm.
That's why you'll see what makes you happy, and you'll see me giving away stuff, because I understand social media can be so negative. So it's important for me to make my impact and try and change that.
Mm. That's a good answer.
Do you know what,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean though?
Yeah,
Because everyone, I don't care what you say, and they say like mute people, but for some reason Instagram and X still put things in front of me that's super negative.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
No matter who I follow,
Yeah.
I follow 1,000 people, but I'll see 9 people's stuff and they're all like
Fuming.
and punching heads in,
Yeah.
and like, it's just mad the way Instagram works. And I think as a human, you're automatically attracted to that
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
chaos, drama.
Just danger, innit?
It's the best. It's something I've learned about content. Drama attracts the most attention.
Yeah.
So algorithms are going to be more enticed to want drama on their platforms. So like X is chaos.
Yeah, I don't go on there. I've been on there for a while.
I noticed myself, Paul, in the morning, just scrolling through X. In the morning,
Yeah.
woke up, fresh brain. Oh my God, mate, what's going on? Someone's doing that.
Yeah.
She's doing that.
There's a war on the way.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
There's a war.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting. And then that messes your whole day up.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Then again, your nervous system's fucked.
So you completely don't scroll through social media now?
Trying not to. I got really good last year, and then I started just. It's weird because your brain will just go. I took it off my phone and found like I was just looking at nothing for a while, which was terrifying. And then I found that lock app, which is good. It's called Opal.
And you pay like monthly for it. I think
yeah,
Will's got it.
Yeah, it's good. So like, and then I was using that, but then I figured out, so my brain just figured out the pathway of unlocking the app.
After the time limit.
Yeah. And so I've had to put extra locks on it now.
Oh,
And I don't know. I was just doing it.
I think it's rotten our brains.
Yeah.
I think it's rotten human just existence. And I don't know why. Like, for example, I get it's a profit and people buy electronics and AI and all this, and I get it helps us. But at the same time, is it the people who sell it who are bad, or the people who consume it?
It's both, innit? It's both.
Because it's someone just like me or you.
I always find like everyone has the tendency. There's a lot of they out there, like a lot of conspiracy, and people go, "Oh, they're doing this." There's no they or they out there. I don't think. I think it's just incremental steps in that. I want something that's a little bit bad for me, and you'll go, "It's not that bad. I'll sell it to you," and then I'll get a little bit more addicted to that, and you'll get a little bit more addicted to having a bit of money and being successful from that. And it's just incremental steps where you don't feel like it's that bad until the point where you're like, because all the people who've made Twitter and Google, like, what's the there's a documentary by the guys who all made Twitter and stuff, and it's about like how the algorithms work and how it's on Netflix. It's really interesting, but like none of those people, they're not bad people.
No.
They kind of knew what they were doing, but they just didn't see how it was going to just kind of cascade and escalate. Same with people like Jeff Bezos. I mean, I'm not saying he's a nice guy. I don't really know anything about him. Don't know why I brought him as an example, but I can imagine.
It's a great guy.
I imagine when he was in his garage, like trying to sell books. You know what I mean? He didn't think like, oh, now this is going to escalate to the point where I'm completely over polluting the world because I've just created a completely
So many
disposable
parcels.
society.
Like for some reason, my mom orders 69 parcels from Amazon per day.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's so easy though, isn't it?
It is so easy. Yeah, you're so right. And I think I'm speaking out of my depth here, but I think the human race is making the same mistake with AI. Oh yeah, it'll answer me emails. Oh yeah, it'll do this.
Yeah.
It'll make life simpler. Oh yeah, why is there a robot with so much more power than me standing in front of me telling me to wash me dishes?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's, I think that's the same mistake over and over again. We like something. Oh yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And then boom.
Yeah, we like just path of least resistance. For most people, path of least resistance. But a good thing is like, then you do get people like Scano and Simo and Luke who does Shred Fast. No, those kind of people who are kind of leading the way. And
Do you think there's them types of people in other cities too?
yeah, I think there's just, you can see that kind of underlying, there's always a backlash to things. And I think that will come where people are going, no, you need to push yourself. You need to suffer. Suffering is like kind of, that's why I like ice baths and stuff. I listened to a really good podcast, one of Stephen Bartlett's podcasts, and he had this woman and he was talking about dopamine expert woman. And I'd never really put it together before. She was explaining how dopamine and pain, pleasure and pain are on the same set of scales. And dopamine's just kind of the answers to both of them. It's connected to both.
I seen a clip on that.
Yeah, it was one of the most interesting podcasts I've ever seen. The way she explained it was really, because it was so simple, and it's just kind of so like, you can either have pleasure, like drink, for example, give yourself a load of dopamine on the front end, but then you will have to pay for that afterwards with pain, which is the hangover, etc., addiction, all that kind of stuff, anxiety, or you can pay in advance, which is the ice bath, the exercise, and get the dopamine after. And it's always the balance. And that's how it works.
Cooler. Yeah. I seen it talking, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I seen it talking about people putting the pain and pleasure together in sexual. I think I seen it talking about that.
Yeah, there was a
little segment on it. I think that was the clip I seen.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly.
I need a can so I don't know why I mentioned it.
Don't want to misquote.
I don't want to misquote.
Why are you into that?
No, it's just curious to me. Like, if you're putting both of them together and you're not choosing one or the other, what does that do to you?
I don't know. Actually,
you're gonna have a hangover and the later hangover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably just you're just fighting the hangover away, aren't you?
Do you know what I mean? You're just fighting for days after it. Paul, what's made you into the man you are today? What was it like growing up? Like, we know Paul Smith now. You're all over the internet. Your whole life's barely there, basically.
Yeah.
Like, what made you into the man you are today?
No fucking idea. I grew up on not far from you, actually. I grew up on Canny Farm. So
it's one of the most deprived areas in Liverpool, isn't it?
It is. I was saying, yes. So the street I grew up on, there's a Channel 4 program called Utopia, and they had a scene where it was set in like a dystopian future, and it was my street. I was like, I know that block of flats there.
Oh my God, it's my dad's flat. Wait there, I can't remember them filming this with me in it.
I was like, oh, that's heavy.
At the old Utopia.
Yeah, it's not that bad around there anymore. Well, the last time I went there anyway. So yeah, I didn't have a bad. It wasn't a very well off upbringing, but it was a happy one. Like, I was always out in the street playing footy. We'd run around, hide and seek and all that shit. We had woods, we had a big field. It wasn't a bad. I don't look back at it and go, fucking hell, I didn't have fuck all, which we didn't, because I was just me. It was like my mum split up with my dad when I was quite young, so I was just, mum raised us on her own for the most part of it until she met my stepdad. So we didn't really have anything, but it wasn't a bad time. It's one of them. Skill wasn't bad. Well, I got picked on.
Did you always want to be a comedian?
No.
So how did you fall into that?
I was self-help, doing self-help. But when I was about your age, going through kind of what you're going through, trying to just improve myself a little bit. Wasn't the most confident person. I don't lack confidence, but I'm not the most forward person in certain situations. So I was just trying to push myself a little bit. And I used to go to the comedy club, and then I got an email saying, do you want to do this comedy course? And I had the job, didn't like it at the time. I was in there and I was like, I'm going to do this. And he was taking the piss out of me, and I thought, I'm going to do it now. And I signed up and then shit myself. 4 weeks in then. But when I got on stage, I was like, I
feel at home.
Yeah, there's a part of me that there's a, like that on stage persona, that more confident, brash, quick guy. He's always in there, just like, it unleashed him a little bit, and he was like.
So do you understand yourself to a point now where you understand that's like not a uniform you put on, but also a side of you that, like, it's very easy online nowadays to just go, Paul Smith's just that.
Yeah.
But that's a side of you.
Yeah.
It's a part of you.
Yeah, it's integrating in the. Yeah, it's closer to me than it was when I started, but yeah, it's definitely, and it's just an exaggerating aspect of yourself, isn't it? I'd say it's a very one-dimensional version of you.
It's so
no one's happy
interesting.
all the time. No one's funny all the time. As you say, sometimes you and you're just sad, aren't you? Sometimes
Yeah.
you're just sad.
It's the one thing like people say to me, "How you're always happy," and I'm like, I'm not. I'm not always happy.
Yeah.
And it actually, I put a post up the other day about imposter syndrome. It doesn't scare me a little bit. I don't know if that's the right word, but like, I don't want people to think I'm always happy. But then I think, oh, do I need to always be happy? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't, like, I'm not happy all the time.
And also they're like, why aren't I always happy?
Yes.
Yeah. It's impossible to
and
be
like,
always happy.
He's fake because he's doing all this happy. It's not. I just understand. Like, I get it. You want to see the real me, and that's why I do them carousels of like, look, I had imposter syndrome. I'm gonna be honest. But like, if I posted a video of me just crying in the middle of Bowl Street, you know, you don't want to see that.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather post the positive stuff.
Yeah, that is a good point. Although I don't really post stuff like that. Obviously, I wouldn't put like a reel on where I'm absolutely in bits. But
What is it against humans not wanting to post that?
it's a vulnerability in it. Also, you also know no one wants to see it. Really, people don't want to see it.
Everyone's
Like,
got their own
as
shit
ruthless
going on.
as that is, no one wants to go on and go, fucking hell, Ryan's dead sad there.
And before anyone takes it out of context, that doesn't mean, you know, message fucking talk to people. But I mean,
definitely.
like, because I know what the intent's like, you can take it out of context.
Yeah, definitely. But that's just part of human nature. It's not anyone being particularly mean. It's just kind of like you have an aversion to it because it's self-reflective, isn't it? It makes you think about your own sadness and your own kind of stuff. And also kind of go, fucking hell, if he's doing that and he's not happy, what hope do I ever have? But like, it's just an unrealistic, I think happiness is such it's a oversold concept in our society where it's like this goal of I'm going to be happy, and then a lot of people will place that on, I'll have this job and I'll be happy, I'll have this car and I'll be happy, I'll have this thing, and
External
you won't,
things.
because happiness is not a constant state. It has to be met, like the pleasure and pain, happiness and sadness are part of the same scale. They will always rock and balance.
Yeah, if you choose happiness one day, expect the next few days to be sad.
And it's just even not. It might not even be like a mad kind of. I'm like joyous and then depressed. It's just little ebbs and flows, isn't it?
It's about getting to that stage though, because at the moment,
Yeah, but that's just the price of you're doing a lot of big, mad, joyous things where you're doing a lot of these things. Like you go, wow, this is incredible. You're having a lot of those moments where you're going, what? How am I here? This is mad. But then there has to be balanced out. You have to pay for that.
do you ever get curious of not speaking about certain things in the situation you are because you've got so much further to go?
I'm trying not to think about that, only because
Sorry.
no. Like, I'm trying not to look to the future and go like, again. I'm trying not to hang me happiness on something
Being
else.
somewhere else.
I'm trying to just go. My focus at this point is just trying to be a bit more present because I'm not good at it.
Okay, so I've done this in my journal today. That's what I was getting on. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to be healthy. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful to be able to do what I do. And I'm grateful to be able to just do that today and do it tomorrow.
Okay, that was the first barrier. Now strip it back to even the smaller things.
What?
Like, what are you grateful for? Like they're the big things like in your life that you came to your head straight away. But let's strip it back. Let's be present. We've got no rush, you know.
What am I grateful? I'm grateful to be talking to you. I'm grateful for that cup of tea. That was quite nice.
Them little things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I started
Grateful for
saying
me
it this
dog,
morning? And it made me 10 times happier.
Yeah, just in the moment things.
Focus
That
on
is
what you've
good.
got. It makes you feel right here. Sometimes I blink and a podcast's done. I'm just like, whoa, we've just chatted. It's just done.
Yeah.
But that little thing that I'm learning to do, drilled it into me for years, and then I've kind of dropped it off. And now I'm coming back to it like, no, I need to do it. Because it's so easy to be like, oh, we haven't got the newest version of that, or we haven't got the big thing, or that. It's like, what have I got now?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Never promise tomorrow. I
Yeah.
feel like I took a little turn there, guy. Put the scales back up. Honestly, it was getting a bit tingy there.
It was good.
Well, I was
It
going
was
to
very, very
I might
poignant,
lie
that.
down with the dog in a minute. I want to talk about your family.
Okay.
You're a partner, Laurie. Talk like
Laurie. She'll kill you for saying Laurie.
I've always said Laurie.
I know.
I think I greeted her when it was your press conference
Yeah.
and said Laurie.
Yeah.
So it's Laurie.
Laurie. Yeah. Sorry, lads.
Laurie. Good tune, that. Don't know what it is, but it's there.
I think you made that up. It was
No.
good. I liked it.
Honestly, you're doing acting. If anyone wants to do music, I'll hit me best line right now. What's love got to do? Got to do. That's it. Laurie. What I want to say is, Laurie, what's it like having, obviously, because you met her later on in life, what's it like having someone like that along your side? Now let me explain that question. I see your relationship being so strong and like a power couple. That's how I see it from the outside looking in. And that's me.
We do get that a lot, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like I want to put my opinion on it before you speak and give me any knowledge. I feel like you have both been through things in life that you have got to a stage that you're so acceptance of yourselves that you're free and easy with each other.
Yeah, that is a definite key to it. She is a very accepting person because I'm weird.
I think we all are, brother.
That's good. I think that's the true key to it. Finding someone who's as weird as you and accepting the weirdness in both. Yeah, neither of us is perfect, and we do get that. A lot of people are like, oh, you're the perfect couple. No one's the perfect couple. We do. I wouldn't say
that.
Stuff.
I don't like saying that because perfection is a never-ending thing.
It's not a real thing. Yeah, but we are.
People chase it.
In as much as I think I could find someone I'd be happy with, like as much as you think like you could be the one, I think she's a perfect fit for me. We are very similar in personalities. We clash just enough to make it interesting, but we can clash in a funny way where we can take the piss out of each other a little bit.
Do you feel like you had to go through things in life to get to here?
Yeah, you gotta learn. You gotta learn from mistakes. You gotta learn what you want, haven't you? Really? Because like if she'd have met me 10 years before she met me, I don't know if she'd have been attracted to me. It's just because I wasn't the person I am. I wasn't as confident as I am. And she was just in a different place. You know what I mean? We're both in different places. You bump into anyone at different times in your life, you're just gonna have a different dynamic, aren't you? You're always growing and changing.
How did you meet?
She was in the front row. There's a video of it online.
I think I've seen it.
And I get a name wrong. That's how I know she doesn't like people getting a name wrong.
What? You need to write a book on how I met my love.
Yeah.
How I met my love, first row, just skittered her.
Yeah. Well, she was giving me it back, to be honest. And then it's the last Tuesday I ever worked. We bumped into her outside and then just got chatting all night.
Beautiful lad. Does it make you happy seeing her succeed?
Yeah, it makes me happy seeing her on stage. It was nice. We've done a couple of gigs together. That was nice. It's like because when we met, like she was she's got her own salons and stuff. She still got a successful business, and but I could see she wasn't fulfilled doing that. Like she had more, and then when she was coming around with me doing shows, she was quickly able to go understand the structure of how it worked and kind of go, well, that bit didn't work there. And I don't really listen to many people about that, but she was quite good at doing that, and kind of shuffling things around and giving me good ideas. And I was like, you want to do this? Definitely. Like, don't just live through me. You want to do this. And she was like, oh. And obviously, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because like, I mean, I think everyone who's done anything goes through that where you go, you're scared to go, I want to do that, because you feel like everyone's going to laugh at you and go, like,
fear of failure.
Yeah, and also you feel like you go, it's part of you going, who the fuck do you think you are for doing that? And I think she had a bit of that going, I can't, like, who the fuck do I think I am? It's
also not easy when you've got, the right side of you smashing it in the scene. That's also a pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like, oh my God, is everyone going to look at me and think,
you
know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, fair play to her. She's a bit the bullet. She did her own show and stuff like that, smashed it. Yeah, she's doing good.
It's nice seeing two people happy in today's world, especially when it's so easy to compare, so easy to, this and that. It's nice seeing two people accept each other for who they are and be complete. It's nice, man. It's nice, it really is. And I'll pass that on to Laurie. Your son, George.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've actually wrote a brief in that here, like just short things, but that kid gives me goosebumps.
Really?
Just everything about him, just like...
Yeah.
Just
for people who can feel vibes, George, everyone loves George.
George is George, man. It's George's world and we're living in it.
Yeah. He's just, everybody, he makes everyone smile. He's just, if you, I will, because someone, he's autistic, George, he's non-verbal, so he doesn't speak, but that's not to say he can't communicate. He's just got his own kind of kind of way about the world. But yeah, George made me question a lot about life because I thought I understood kind of even like really deep philosophical questions like morality and what is right and what's wrong. And because George, because I always struggled with like what kind of makes things right and wrong. Is it what you intend, or is it the consequences of it? That's a big question in philosophy, and I always wondered about that.
How did George make you solve it, or at least answer
He hasn't, but like George has no malice or intentions in anything he does. So if he does something, if he's destructive in any way, which he is constantly, messy, destructive, it's really difficult to get angry with him for it because there's no intention to be malicious there. So like it made me kind of look at the world that way.
Is it like a conveyor belt of actions?
He just does what he wants to do. It's the most pure form of a human being. If he wants to be naked, if you come to my house, George will just run past bollock naked.
Because he wants to do that.
He just doesn't want to wear clothes. And he can't. And I struggle with that. You go, you have to put clothes on. And once you start breaking that down, those societal things, you go, why do we have to wear clothes if you don't want to wear clothes?
Oh,
it's weird.
That's generational.
Yeah, a lot of it's piled upon us.
And
once you start stripping that back, and he eats what he wants. If he gets something, he bites it, he doesn't want it, he just throws it.
So what you're telling me is, if I open my door in Crocky and you're running past Bollocho,
yeah,
it's just
I've
like
learned from George.
Paul wants to be Bollocho.
Yeah.
You've spoke about previously on other podcasts or in your own sets about like going through certain things, struggling mentally, going through things, ups and downs. You mentioned it here. How did that affect you, knowing you had George to look after too?
You just kind of, I've never let it affect that side of it. I've always kind of, you just pull yourself together in that regard. Well, I mean, for me anyway, being a dad's quite important. So like, I always wanted to be a good dad. It's the thing I think I'd value the most in the world. I think I'm a good dad.
Why?
I'm there for my kids, and I think I provided for them, and that's the kind of the basis of everything I do. It's the first thought I have is making sure they're all right, especially George.
Did that come from your mum and dad splitting up as a kid, and your dad not
Probably,
being present?
Yeah. Probably, yeah. I just wanted to kind of, I didn't want to be like that. Not to slag my dad off if he ever sees this, but like, because everyone has their own path and their own life. But yeah, it was important to me to do that. So I've never like kind of, if I'm down, I won't let my kids see it, like, because they don't need to see that.
Yeah, but do you think they can feel it?
Yeah, definitely. George definitely can. Even Alex the other day, because I was feeling a bit like a few weeks back. I was going through one of them, and I'm not like sitting in the kitchen crying or not listening to like sad music or anything. Like
Got
that,
a Dell on and that.
Yeah. But like, he just come over and give me a hug. Do you know what I mean? Because he's like, I'm quite an empathetic person. He's an empathetic kid. Do you know what I mean? You're an empath. We can feel it. Do you know what I mean? I know we can feel it. So yeah, he come over and started chatting some nonsense about Roe, and he knows I don't need to know, but he's trying to engage me, and then we just end up playing on some games together.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm out of it then. Do you know what I mean? That'll snap me out of it.
It's beautiful.
Kids are the best.
So
I do. If you come to me shows, I slag them off to death.
Yeah, that's part and parcel, and it's funny.
Yeah.
It's interesting that I seen you bring George out for one of your shows.
No, that was Al.
Oh, was it Al?
Alex, yeah.
Seen you bring Al out for one of your shows.
That was Alex, yeah.
And I watched it, but then I watched it again, and I looked at you.
Yeah.
And you look like you'd melt.
Oh, it's the best moment of my life, that. Because he'd never seen, Alex loves coming on tour, which is dead nice.
And you bring him as much as you can.
As much as I can, yeah. He just likes being on the road.
Sometimes it's hard because it's far and distance and all.
Yeah, but like if he's off school or something, like
Okay.
it's so like his mum will just let me, like, he'll just come with me. And even like last year when we hadn't been on one for a while, because I had a little break over December, and he was like, "Oh, we haven't been on it to a show." He said, "Can we just have a road trip?" And I was like, "Where are we going?" He went, "I think we just get in the van and just drive and see where we end up." And I was like, "I'm so game for this." So, and it was just we had the best few days. We ended up in London on a random one. And he's like, should we get a fancy hotel? We end up in this 5-star hotel in London in white dressing gowns eating ice cream from
Like Home Alone.
yeah,
The
exactly
dad
like Home
version.
Alone. Watching Home Alone. It was the best.
Your ultimate goal in life
Yeah,
is
it's
to be
great.
the best dad as
Yeah, it's
possible.
great. So I love stuff like that. Yeah. But they like, they give, as much as you give to them, they will give back.
But you don't
Like,
do
look
it
at
for
you,
that, do you?
like I see you with your dad and like how you are with him. Like you love, like, and what you're giving back to him now. Like it's just the best.
100%.
And it's dead nice to see, because that's like, you can see him exactly what you're saying. You can see him wanting to melt, because it's like he's so proud of you.
It's so interesting. I never understood that about you. That these are the beautiful things about podcasts. You know, you can do all this like mad question stuff and that, but this whole podcast is about humanizing people. And you know, because no matter what money you've got or whatever, I always say this, but we both wipe our ass. We both busted our toast.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And seeing that side of you of, you know, strip everything back. Paul Smith just wants to be the best dad he can to his kids.
Yeah.
And that's all rooted from the minute you were born. Like it's cool in a way. Do you deep this much about your own life?
No.
Lad,
You couldn't be sat there just deep in this all day, could you? You fucking never get that done.
no, honestly, I'm not gonna call this the Still Talking Show anymore. I'm gonna call it therapy with Ryan.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I sat like this
we'll have a little
before,
talk after this, have a
and
little
I was
cry.
thinking,
Great.
what am I doing sitting like that? I thought, oh my God, I need a notepad and a pen right now, because
I should be lying down, yeah.
yeah, you should be falling asleep like the dog. The dog is in his
he loves
it
it.
looks like it's done breath work or something.
Yeah, he scented this dog. Oh, Siddle.
You said he was all over the guy. Oh, he's always awake. He said that. Sorry,
He can
doggo.
be. He can be from
You know I
time to
love
time.
you, doggo.
Depends
So
on-
cool, man, just listening to you, because it's so easy to just, oh, I love you, doggo. It's so easy to see like the person online, and that's not the person.
Yeah.
The person's so much more.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one dimensional, and the comedian side can't be a full person, can it?
So the comedian side, what's like, I know we talk about goals and you're just getting by and going along with it, like, you know, is it to continue touring, to continue just constantly improving? Theo Von speaks about it a lot. How'd you say his second name?
Kreischer.
What?
Kreischer, isn't it?
Kreischer, Laurie. I just need to say that to get back into
Get
my
your zone
names.
back.
Bear Kreischer.
Yeah.
They talk about it, about like the comedian side of things, like what is the end goal with being a comedian?
I think there is one. Just carry on doing it until,
it just
you can't
evolving?
do it anymore. Yeah, just keep getting better. I saw Stan Boardman today, still gigging at 85, and people were like, oh, I wouldn't want to be doing that. I was like, I do.
Gigging at 85?
Yeah,
Oh my
loves
God.
it. Getting on stage, smashing it. Like, what else are you going to do?
Do you know, you talk about a lot of real life things in your sets. Do you struggle sometimes to balance living and experiencing things while talking about them on stage?
Yeah, well, I've made an effort over the last few years to actually kind of go, because a lot of comedians, you'll end up stuck in the path of like, if you're just gigging all the time, a lot of comedians you end up just talking about shit only comedians would relate to, like, oh, shit happens in hotels, or
Well,
this
like the
happened at a
green
gig
room,
the other day. Green, yeah. So I was like, no, I need to like kind of have experiences and go and
You need
live.
to live.
Because that's your job really, is to relate experiences. You can't really be funny otherwise. So that's why I kind of go up. But like, kids and life will throw experiences at you anyway. But I do kind of, I try and push myself out there. Like things like the fight. I knew the fight would be however way it went, I knew it'd be a good thing, a mad experience to talk about.
That is a mad experience when you think about it. You're literally
Things like that.
trained to
Yeah.
get in a cage with I'm not going to say randomer, but a random guy you've never met before. And we're just like, why? Would you at a time I seen you in the press conference, in the Octagon press conference, and I can't remember the exact words you said, but you said something very strong. I can't remember what it was, but it was a message of like what you've been going through. You know, I don't know if it's something you've been addicted to, and then you were like, but I'm here to prove you can get through it, or something along them lines.
Yeah, I was going through, like, before I got into the training for that, I was drinking too much and stuff. I was just coping with things in a bad way, and it kind of just, it forced me to not do the fear of, if I didn't train hard enough, I was going to get hurt. The kind of I'm quite an extreme person, me. So if something's not dangerous enough, or like the cost isn't high enough. I can't stay interested in it, and it won't.
So what's the cost in comedy?
The cost in comedy is dying on your ass, and so that's why.
And that's massive, especially when you've got a live audience and thousands of people in front of you.
Yeah. So like, you don't want that.
So that obviously keeps you ticking then, of the balance of like, I'm gonna do this, but it's a heavy cost, heavy risk.
It's not even that conscious. It's just like, once you're on there, it's kind of like if you're rolling jiu-jitsu or whatever, you cannot think about anything other than you're doing.
No, because that'll lead to you getting choked out.
Just because you just brain, there's not enough capacity there. They can only handle so much data. So when you're on stage, you literally have to be in the moment, because you can't not be, because there's like so much going on, so much input and output. So like, it's just quite relaxing in a way. For someone whose brain races like mine all the time, and I'm always like off in the future or in the past somewhere, I struggle to be present. Being locked in the present for an hour is quite nice.
Soothing. Soothing for your brain.
Cathartic, yeah.
Paul Smith, comedian, dad, family man. How do you see yourself?
Out of the three of those things?
No, I just name things that people already know about you. But I want to know how the man sees himself.
Don't know. It's a tough question, though. I don't even know if I see myself as a man, to be honest. It's just like, it's weird because you're inside your own head.
It's not weird though. It's I think we're so used to saying certain words without knowing the extent of them.
Yeah.
You're not weird, man. It's normal to be like that. You know
I don't know, like, I don't know if I see it. I don't feel like I'm grown up. I don't feel like I'm 43. I still feel like I'm a child.
You're 43? I thought you were like 27. No, that's a lie. I thought you were 34.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, honest, 43?
Yeah.
Like, you're looking well there, you know, kid. Give me a beauty therapist. What's going on there? I feel 22.
I'm Mexican stem cells.
Is it?
No,
oh,
I wish it was.
I ought to say, what's that? Like, run it up.
just that baby.
Tax efficient. Run it. Mexican stem cells. I don't even know what that sounds just so exciting.
Once you earn a certain amount of money, they just start sending the baby blood to your house.
Oh my
and you
God.
just start pumping through your skin, innit?
Lads, if you're on X for long enough, you believe that. It gets serious. It goes into black holes, and I'm there now. Right there. It's horrible. Yeah. But yeah, you don't see a reflection of yourself, because I'm interested in that. Because if you don't look at yourself the way you are now, is that like, are you stuck as a kid because you want to be there where there was no responsibility and you feel like everything's flowing and fun? Or do you feel like you can't get past something that's happened in your life and you haven't solved it, or you haven't faced it yet?
Bloody hell. That's a deep one there.
Sorry, I get deep like that. I'm so sorry.
No, that's a good question, to be honest.
And there's no rush to answer it. With humans, take time. Like,
it probably is. It'd be nice to not, like, I like being responsible for people around me. I like being able to provide. But it's a pressure that sometimes you go, it's too much. I don't want to. There's at least a couple of times in a year where I just go, it's in my head that I'm just gonna get in my van and just drive for a bit, for a couple of days, throw my phone out the window, and no one will know where I am for a while.
What is it that you feel like just not letting you progress past the youngest version of yourself?
I don't know. I think when you've like kind of personality forms, obviously I'm not the same guy, but like when your personality forms, like as a younger guy, it just in your head, your consciousness doesn't feel older. You're not older. Like, you just add more to it. Do you know what I mean? But it feels like the same kind of operating system underneath. That's what I mean. I think it's just like, I don't feel like this. When I think of man, I think like of a Viking. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. You know what I mean? Like this, and that's not what I see myself as. I'm a bit of a joker. I'm a bit self-deprecating and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you know what?
I'll ponder on that.
The beauty of questions is, no matter if it's answered now, it'll come to you in a week, a year, 6 months, and you'll just go boom.
It just cost me like about another 12 grand worth of therapy there.
I want commission. Wait there. It smells like money. Nah, it's very interesting. I like getting deep with people because I get to understand them. And I want to explain to you why I'm like that, because I think context is vital. I've learned through therapy that I'm just more emotionally intelligent due to growing up. Just being aware of things, arguments, this and that. And I've just took that into a stride, and it's a positive. That's why you see me on the street asking questions. I just like learning about people.
Yeah.
And the one thing about it is like, when you walk away from this podcast today, like I said, it'll just click, and it'll just be like, oh my God, that's the one thing that's been bothering me, but it keeps suppressing it down because I do not want to face it.
Maybe, yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
If I do, then...
It is so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is definitely interesting. You're very good at this.
Oh, lad, I'm only 20 episodes. I'm only 23 episodes in or something, and I still get nervous for everyone.
It's exciting though, isn't it?
It's excitement. I still get nervous for everyone. It's excitement, but sometimes, Paul, like, I had a goal of like working with Everton. And like when we go back I keep going back to goals, but I had that goal of like achieving this and working for my boyhood club with support. And then I've achieved like most of the things I set out 5 years ago. And I'm still working on a couple, but it's like, you know, what is the... I'm asking myself now, how can I become the best version of myself? What can I make the biggest impact in this life? Like, and I feel so weird to be saying that at 22.
No, it's a good question to be asking yourself. I think you're doing the right thing though. I think it's just mastering yourself, isn't it?
How do you do that though? I'm just so
no one knows how to do it, but I think that should be the ultimate, like, that should be the quest, that should be the journey, to kind of master that.
Master yourself.
And you'll help, just through that, by proxy, you will help more and more people around, and then they will help more and more people, and they will help more and more people. I think just keep making people smile. Simple as that, as you say. Get it down to the simplest thing.
Even if you're stuck, just carry on.
Just keep making people smile.
Consistency. Do you reckon that's got you to where you are? Consistency.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm much like you. I'm emotionally intelligent, and I make people feel better. So that's the thing that people ask me why I'm more successful than other comedians. Obviously, I'm less successful than the comedians as well, but I'm not. I say I'm not the cleverest comedian. I'm not the most skillful writer. But I've always had this. I'm just good for morale. I've always made people feel better. People always come to me and talk and stuff like that. It's just, I've always had that my entire life. If you come into my show, you will definitely leave feeling better than you were.
I watched you one time. This was before I even like had personal messages with you. It was in Liverpool. I went with my mate. I was very young. Oh my God, I laughed my head off. 2 rows, the second row in, you just ripped them. It's great. I was just there, a young kid being. And you know what? I look at them moments, I look back, and like, I've got to thank you. Because what you don't realise is that was a young Ryan looking at someone in a completely different lane, understanding what's achievable.
Yeah.
And I was watching as that young kid looking at you, just going, if he can do it, I can do it. In a good way, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, I've got to thank you for that. I say it to Paddy, I say it to like them pinnacle people in their lanes. Like, I go, yourself, Paddy, Jamie, you know, I just think them pinnacles for the city, for the world. Obviously, it feels a lot more close because when you're from the city, but it's nice to look at. Yeah. Especially growing up and you're like, oh my God, they're doing something with their lives. It's cool as a kid looking at it. Yeah. What's your why, Paul? What's your why? I'm sick of these questions, but I love them at the same time.
What's me why? Why do I do it?
Why do you? Why? I don't. Why? You know what I mean? No, because Scan asked me. Like, he says, "What's your why? What's your purpose? What's your why?"
What? Yeah. What? I think. Again, going back to what I've just said, I think my purpose to be on this planet is to make people happier, make my family happier, provide for my family, and try and understand myself. I think that's I quite like the kind of Buddhist philosophy of just like, I'm not a particularly religious person, but I like the Buddhist idea of kind of self-enlightenment. Just, we're all given this mad computer that we're born with, and none of us understand it ever, and just kind of trying to get a better grip of that before it switches off is, yeah. I think that's just an interesting puzzle to solve, isn't it? I like solving puzzles. It's just
Life's a puzzle,
Yeah,
isn't it? It
yeah.
is sort of puzzle. And what I think's interesting about the puzzle, you grow up, and I'm not saying no, like I'm not saying this is no disrespect to my parents at all, but you grow up thinking, oh my God, these are the best people in the world.
Mm.
But then you slowly learn that everyone's got faults.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you get to a certain age and you're like, oh my God, there's no one here to hold my hand anymore or to walk me through it, because, you know, everyone's got faults and you don't want to take on them faults. But at the same time, you want help. So it's like that balance again. It's like,
Yeah. But then I think you've done the right thing in that. Like, I'll always seek out people. I'm not scared to ask questions, me like yourself.
oh, I love
I'm
it.
not scared of being stupid. I'm not scared of not knowing anything.
What are you scared of?
Getting punched by Jake Coonan again.
Look, Jake, I'll jump in next time, honestly.
Nah, he's a nice guy.
Give me 6 months of BJJ.
What am I scared of?
You scared of dying?
Yeah, but not for me.
Your kids?
Yeah, I have that kind of, again, one of the, you know, when you get these, I'm trying to understand the anxiety and the burnout and stuff, but before you understand that, you try and label, so you feel this anxiety and you go, well, I must be feeling that for a reason. And I was getting terrible health anxiety and I was just convinced I was going to die for a bit. For some reason, I was like, well, I'm just going to die, aren't I?
You shouldn't laugh at it, man, but because you're a comedian, it makes it okay to laugh.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? But I was like, and I understand it now, but like, and every time that came into my head, I was like, oh, fuck, I haven't done enough for the kids. Like, I haven't provided enough, do you know what I mean? And then you kind of, that was a scary thing. That was a big fear. Thinking
you're going to die before you've laid the foundations enough for your kids.
Yeah.
That's a horrible feeling, that. That's nasty. Yeah. Did anyone know about that when you're going through
it? Not really, no. No, didn't tell anyone. I felt like I was a lunatic.
You should have, because if you just died, man, I would have been like, no way. Paul's just got off.
I had no real reasons to feel like I was going to die. It was just everything. I was just convinced. If I got on a plane, I was like, well, this plane's going to crash. I'm definitely dying to that. I was just waking up. I went through like a 3-week period of like, probably a bit longer, but I was just convinced something was coming.
Oh my God,
I thought I was clairvoyant.
The odds in the bookies might have been 1,000 to 1.
Yeah.
Give us a text.
Yeah, well,
only joking.
A little death bill.
Final Destination 17 is coming out. It's going to be Paul. Oh, the acting, Final Destination. I want to ask you, obviously we're close to ending, but I don't like to say it, but I like to aware. Have you done ayahuasca?
No, I've done DMT a few times.
And are you open about it?
Yeah.
What was the experience like?
I mean, you can. I've talked about it on stage and stuff. The experience is very positive for the most part. For most times I've done it. I did go too far. Down you go.
Come here, Doggo.
It's all right. He's all right. He knows I'm talking about DMT. He loved it.
Mexican stem cells.
No, I went a bit too far with it once and I got told off by whatever these entities were, because I was just on this vape.
Like Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Like seeing mad stuff in there?
I always see mad stuff. Like I'm covered in, I don't know if I'm covered in tattoos from what I've seen.
Really?
Like the first time I saw this mad rainbow serpent. I've seen Mother Earth. I've been in mother's womb and stuff. Like I was in this giant blue woman's womb and she was just laughing at me for worrying about stuff. Because I was like trying to think of a poignant question. Because I was there and I realised who it was. I was like, fuck, that's like the creator.
Let's dive into it. So the blue woman was the creator of the nature, like Mother Nature.
So it's a massive blue woman surrounded by light, all sky blue, like blue pyramids. And I was in a womb, but I could see her face and I knew where it was. It was cradled like a baby. And because the time I'd done it, I took my mate to do it. I took him to this place with the shaman. And he went, you do it first. So I was like, okay. But I wasn't intending to do it. I'd been out the night before. I was a little bit hungover. So I was like, I shouldn't really do this. And he was like, oh, go on. So I'd done it. And as soon as I went into it, I was like, you're going to have a panic attack. And as soon as I said that to myself, I went, why have you done that? And it just, this anxiety like I've never felt just filled my body. I started rattling and then the anxiety left my body and just became the whole room. So the whole room's like an earthquake of anxiety. And I'm like, and then it just shattered and this woman just scooped me up, put me in a womb. And I've never felt relief like it in my life. I didn't ever want to leave that place.
Was it like being back in your mother's arms?
It was like being back where we all come from. It was like being back as part of the singularity or part of the oneness that we are all from.
Come here, child.
Yeah. And I looked at her and I was thinking, ask her something. And then she was looking at me and I went, why are we here? And she went, why are you worried about it? And I was like, and I laughed and she laughed. And I went, yeah, but why are we here? And she went, stop worrying, waved, and then just gave birth to me and I woke up.
What can we take from that, mate?
And I've got it on my arm there. I can't show you, but...
Did you watch The Smurfs the day before?
Maybe. Yeah. What's the other one?
What can we take from that? Because to me, that's like straight away the feeling you got from it, the warmth, the comfortability, the I'm safe.
Yeah, I never ever wanted to come. Yeah,
it's a womb.
Come out of there. It was just, it was amazing.
It's a womb. So
it's heaven.
And for her to say, why did you question why? Yeah. That is so important. Don't question why. Just do and think about the why later.
Every time I've never had, it's just like, it's kind of brain to brain. You know what they're saying, they know what you're saying. The serpent said the same thing. The serpent was like, just keep doing what you're doing. Why are you worrying? Everything's like, why are you worrying? Why are you worrying so much? And
it's a common thing.
Yeah, it's just it's the most deep, poignant message I've had from
so simple
many times doing DMT is stop worrying so much. And I still haven't learned.
Where does it come from? Just life.
I think we're just programmed to worry, aren't we?
Especially self-employment. I don't care how much money you're in, on what scale, compared to bottom or top, and this is for everyone. Self-employment brings a worry of like, am I going to be able to...
You.
Yeah.
And if you get sick or whatever,
exactly. It relies on your shoulders. It's a scatty feeling, isn't it?
It's not like a business where someone can take over.
Oh, I'll do sick day for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't turn up to a show,
and then you start getting scared of like, you're burning yourself out, but like an opportunity comes up tomorrow, you're burning yourself out, but you're like, I've got to take that.
You can't not take it.
You can't not take it.
Because
but then at what cost? Oh.
It's the balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Sorry. I'm so sorry, dog. It's the balance. You know, if you take it here and you do it at what cost, you know it's going to come back here tenfold. And you know, if you don't take, oh my God. Who would have thought on a Saturday I would have had a free therapy session with P-Dog?
I've had the free therapy session.
You know it though?
Yeah.
It's been a good talk, hasn't it?
Deep on this, yeah.
Just proper. This is how I want my guests to feel. I don't want you to be a guest, I just want you to be a human. And I'm just going to balance on one finger and turn into a super...
We feel like we should be on cushions though, or bean bags.
Oh, that might be the future. That might be the future.
And
I might just balance a kettlebell on my finger like that, 60 kg.
I've Semo in the background doing hamster.
That'd be such a good skit. If like, instead of you coming out for your show, Simo came out and balancing. Like, it's so impressive what he does, by the way, as much as we are joking.
Shout out Simo.
To put that weight on top of your body, mate.
Yeah.
I'm like, lad, you could basically just do that with me. Like, if there was a handle on me somewhere, you'd be able to just do it.
I reckon he'd find one. It's just grip. His grip must be ridiculous.
My arm.
Yeah.
Nah, that'd hurt that. Are you in the middle of a tour now? Or have you just...
Yeah, no, I'm in the, about 3/4 of the way through. Got about 60 shows left.
How's it going?
Good.
What, 3/4 of the way through and you got 60 shows left?
Yeah.
Jesus, I thought...
like 230.
Oh. Hold on a minute. That's a lot of people to make laugh. And I know it can be the same material, and obviously you've reversed it, but...
It's never the same material, don't listen to it.
I like that. You know what I meant? I mean, like...
It is sometimes.
But, you know, is that a thing with comedians? Is that a thing? If I just touch the nerve by
No,
accident?
you know what? The best way to describe it is...
If you can't do... Like, I can't ask the different questions every time I go in time.
It's just like... It's like if you go on a date or go to, like... It's just small talk. It's like everyone has the same stories you tell. If you meet new people, you're not going to tell completely different story.
But you also don't want to lie, so it's
yeah. So I'll have certain stories I'll tell over and over again.
But you refresh it again, so make sure you buy your tickets. That's all I'm saying.
It's never the same show twice, though.
I'm not coming to see it again, by the way. Also,
don't see me twice. You'll see the same show again.
I seen you 4 years ago. I opened that 4 years. Some crisis has happened, so you can take the mick out of it.
Nah, it's all the same.
No, 6 years ago.
Just call people slags.
No, yeah, 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Yeah, it'll be different from then.
I hope so. It's funny because I feel like we're at a level where I can take the mick.
Yeah.
You know, at least I can. If he bangs me after this and you see me with a black eye, you know it was P-Dog. 60 shows left and you're 3/4 of the way through. That's impressive, that.
Yeah, nearly there. And then ends in the O2 in November.
Is it hard managing something that big of a scale?
I don't manage it, so.
I mean, in emotions.
Yeah. But yeah.
Enjoying
we get better every time. I always enjoy it, especially when I'm doing it. It's just the kind of the stuff around it, but yeah.
Do you still get that same sickly feeling at the walking on stage?
No.
No? I get it every time I go to film.
Yeah, that'll pass.
This too shall pass.
Yeah.
Like that quote.
Yeah. I don't really get, like I say, it's excitement. I get excited if it's a big room, but like with like hot water and that, it's just like
bread and butter.
It's just like walking into my living room. It's just fine.
Just like switch it on.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed having you on today, man.
Thanks, mate. I've enjoyed coming.
Before we end, I've got some quick fire questions for you.
Go on.
Paul gets to the age of 60 or retirement or whatever it is,
and
you're on that rocking chair. What do you want to be remembered by other people for?
I just want to be remembered for being funny. I think I'm happy with that. I think that's enough to be achieved.
I think you'd already remember for that.
So I think I'm all right there.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, mate.